Let's go over the learning content for the introduction, focusing more on the investigation part of this learning unit. So you're going to want to always read all of the information that I provide for you on any of the pages. And I like to show you how you can kind of flip through Canvas as though it were a book. So this would sort of be like page 1. There's a 5-minute video that you're going to want to watch that will talk about art and society, show you some interesting artists that we'll be discussing throughout the semester. You can click on the next button to go to the next page, and you're going to want to read the information about why look at art. And these are some of the concepts that we'll be going over the next few weeks. And then there's another required 2-minute video that just asks that really important question, why look at art? And this is a good one to think about, and something that we'll reference throughout the semester. We'll be talking a lot about the cultural context, the artist's creative process. And so this gives you some insight to what other folks think about the value of looking at art. The overview of activities for the introduction investigation. So watching this overview and talking about the homework assignments, you're going to want to go ahead and review the required readings. So lots of important information about the contents that we'll be covering throughout this class, assessing the physical properties, analyzing the formal structure. So you're going to get a lot of the basic language out of this first reading. So be sure to go over all the information and pay attention when it's talking about identifying the subject matter, thinking about iconography. Like I said, this is really a good amount of the foundation that we'll review throughout the course, but reading this and understanding the physical properties, which is something that you're going to have to constantly include in most of the vocabulary homework assignments. And oftentimes the physical properties are the name of the artist, the title, the year it was made, the materials, and I'll be going over that in this week's learning unit. So check out the reading. There's always a quick link to the a quick link to the quiz. So if you click on that, it takes you over to the quiz. And then there's always going to be quick links that take you to the discussion posts. So we'll have one discussion post that I'll talk about in a second, which is an introduce yourself. And we'll have one discussion post, which really forces you to, again, gain the basic knowledge of this concept called visual analysis. So you're going to want to check those out. And then there's also a quick link to the instructor's video, along with a PDF. So if you click on the PDF, that takes you to the PDF of the lecture. So you could, let's go back here. You can listen to this. It's a YouTube video. It's 24 minutes long. And if you want to, while you're listening to me talk about the various concepts in this 24-minute lecture, you can follow along in this PDF, because basically my lecture is made from this PDF. So this is great reference material. You've got links. You can click on them easily if you've got the PDF open while you're going through the lecture. And there's all sorts of important things that I'll be covering, like I was saying, this concept of visual analysis and these 4 types of investigation. So all the information that you need to know and that we'll be referring back to throughout the semester will always be included in these PDFs that are connected to the learning units lecture. Anytime you see a blue underlined word like we have here, those are links that will take you either to a different page in the Canvas learning environment or somewhere onto a different website. But it's always connected. This takes you to a website that talks about Mark Rothko's exhibitions. These are the main concepts that I'm reviewing in this learning unit called visual analysis. So this is visual analysis defined, and you'll be referencing this throughout the semester. A bunch of helpful links if you want to further learn about semiotics or surrealism or any of the other concepts that were covered, these are additional links to check out. Here's your first homework assignment. So the first homework is to introduce yourself. There's a video here that you can watch. It's about 3 minutes long where I go over the prompts. And then this is the first homework assignment. So this is, it's called an investigation. And basically what I'm going to be asking you to do, you should have already listened to my instructor's 24-minute lecture. You should have hopefully already watched this 4-minute video that goes over the life of Mark Rothko. And then there's a PowerPoint with audio that you can listen to that goes over the homework requirements. And so you're going to want to basically go over all this information. But in the end, what you're doing is you're making a photograph or a drawing or what type of artwork you'd like, reflecting your ideas about Mark Rothko. So be sure to always review all of the videos and or PowerPoints with audio so you're clear on what the requirements are. So that's pretty much the first learning unit. There's also a weekly quiz, and I showed you that as well. It's basically that always will be usually the last page of a learning unit. So keep me posted with any questions. Thanks.